What is going on, guys? Goose here, man, and coming back at you with another video. And this one's gonna be previewing the LSU Auburn game. This is gonna be on Saturday afternoon up on the plains in Auburn, Alabama. But before I get started, especially if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, click all notifications, and give the video a thumbs up if you please. All right, so LSU goes to Auburn, going to Auburn, I should say, to face the Auburn Tigers, and in a key SEC West showdown. When I say it's key, they're 3-2, we're 2-2. So to have any, let's just face it. Nobody's gonna catch Alabama, but if we want to be second in the West, uh, one of these teams has to win. Can't lose anyway. But this should be a good game. I think this should be a good game. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. If you look at what LSU's defense is, it's not good. Uh, Auburn's running the ball very, very well. As we'll go over some of the stats that that Auburn has, especially running the football. LSU's offense has been better than I thought it was going to be this season. Let's look at over the points they scored. They scored 34 against Mississippi State. They scored 41 against Vanderbilt, 41 against South Carolina, and 52 against South Carolina. So, but yeah, well, the 52, yeah, I know they had a pick six, and then they had the kickoff return for a touchdown. So, take 14 points away, it's 38. So they scored 38 points offensively. But anyway, but the offense has played much better than I thought it was going to have played so far at this point in the season. Yeah, I know we played some weaker teams in the SEC, but I still didn't think that the offense was going to be playing this well. They ran the ball very, very well this past week. Good to see LSU get back to running the football. That's one thing they did not do against Missouri is run the football. They ran the ball against Vanderbilt. Yeah, I know it's Vanderbilt, but they still had the game plan to run the football in that game. They go play Missouri, and they just throwing football all over the place. And the game was close the whole game. So what's one way to help your defense out? Keep them on the sideline, run the football, run some clock. LSU first drive of the game against South Carolina, they had an 8-minute drive, and they get a touchdown. If you can since the defense is so bad, we're going to limit their time on the field. As you saw right away, South Carolina, they scored like 3 plays, boom, 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 they scored. Like bam, 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 7-7 already. I was like, geez, really? Nothing's changed. And we only forced one punt, and we only they went for it on down. They went for it on 4th down at one time, and LSU stopped them. Other than that, they had scoring opportunities every single drive. Yeah, they missed some field goals, but South Carolina still moved the football, especially on the ground. Still a major concern for LSU is because they just cannot stop the run. The linebackers are not that good. And the defensive ends, they don't have outside. They don't do it. The first touchdown run that South Carolina had, there was no outside containment. The defensive end crashed in. The linebacker didn't go out. It was easy. It was an easy play. It was a play that never really should have gone for that long of a game. But but the LSU's defense is gonna have to. They're just gonna have to get. They're not gonna be a lockdown defense. That's not gonna happen at this point. But they're just gonna have to be adequate. Just be adequate. Just don't give up, 150 yards a game on the ground. Let's see what South Carolina had this past week. They had a bunch. They had a bunch of yards. They had 169 yards on the ground. They've averaged was 5.8 yards per rush. They just got down. They just LSU just offense was a little more prolific than South Carolina's. That's just what happened this past Saturday. But LSU's defense still has problems. Still getting big plays. There's still big plays being made. There's still receivers getting open. I don't think that's I think that's just a talent issue. I think that's just. That's not a talent issue. It's just players not executing. Because LSU has talent. Cordell Flott is a talented football player. Damone Clark is a talented football player. He plays linebacker. they have talent on the football team. It's not like LSU has a bunch of 2 stars they're going out putting out there. They can't play football. That's just not the case. So that's going to change. And will Myles Brennan play this week? I know Myles Brennan is supposed to practice today, but it remains to be seen. Will he play? TJ Finley, I thought played awesome. 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception. I mean, I'm not going to harp on too much on the interception because I kind of figured he would throw one, being his first start at the collegiate level. I kind of figured he'd throw one, but he threw for 265 yards, 17 out of 21. I mean, it was a good game. It was a good game throwing the ball. Running the ball, they ran the ball for 276 yards, did LSU. As Davis Price had 135 yards on the ground. Emory had 88. So LSU did a great job running the football. Davis Price, 6.1 yards per rush. Emory, 4.9. So, that's something that's going to have to happen against Auburn. Because look at Auburn. Let's preview Auburn here because Auburn, yeah, they've got some questionable calls these past few weeks, and they've won games. But the last 3 games, they've rushed for over 200 yards. The last 3 games, they rushed for over 200 yards as a team. And what's one thing LSU can't stop is a running game. That's one thing they can't stop. LSU cannot stop is a running game. So Bigsby, I mean, we're gonna have to limit him. If we hold him to 105 yards rushing, I'd be ecstatic. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to get there. I think Auburn's going to get their plays. I think Auburn's going to score points. I think LSU's going to score points. I don't know what the over/under is going to be in this game, but it's probably going to be in the 60s. Yeah, I would definitely bet the over in this game. I don't think Auburn's going to be able to stop LSU's offense, and I don't think we're going to stop there, especially their running game. Bo Nix has been a little erratic this year. He hasn't taken that next step that that everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people thought that if Bo Nix was going to be the next good quarterback in the league, that he was going to have to take a next step from his freshman and sophomore year. He hasn't done that yet, but who knows? Playing against our defense, he might light it up. So LSU, they're gonna have to cause turnovers. They're gonna have to win the turnover battle this year. Don't let it come down to a I don't want to blame the refs too bad, but don't let it come down to that. That's what happened against Arkansas when they beat Arkansas and Ole Miss. There was 2 plays that Auburn got some questionable calls, and they're able to win the games. But don't let it come down to that. Don't let it come down to that point. So like I said, I think if LSU scores in the 40s, they win. I think if LSU scores in the mid 40s, they win in this game. I think it's going to take LSU scoring 45 points to win this game. This is how bad our defense is. I don't have much faith in our defense to stop anybody at this point because they haven't done so. So look for a high scoring affair here Saturday afternoon on the Plains up in Auburn, Alabama, as Tigers versus Tigers. So Tigers will win. I can guarantee you that the Tigers will win this football game. Is it going to be the Bengal Tigers, or is it going to be the War Eagle over there in Auburn, Alabama? Have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you later. Go Tigers!